Everybody knows about Nintendo. If you don't, then you're probably lying, or you're just stuck in a dark room with no internet access at all. For me, Nintendo made up a good amount of my childhood and still puts out good games, but I wouldn't know that because recently I've fallen out of playing their games due to disinterest. However, recently I've been looking into their lost media. It's actually pretty interesting, so bear with me for a few minutes as I very briefly talk about some of Nintendo's lost media. Let's get into this. Project Atlantis was going to be a successor to the original gray brick we all know and love, the Game Boy. Work on this new system started back in 1995, and a year later in 1996, magazines Electronic Gaming Monthly and Game Informer started showing off specs for the console. Atlantis was going to be much stronger than the original Game Boy, having 4 face buttons, a bigger screen, and probably the biggest improvement was that it was going to be 32-bit. EGM and Game Informer said it would release in 1996, but Nintendo delayed it until late 1997. But then it was just canned and cancelled. Yep. Of course this thing was never released, but this thing was pretty important as it was basically a precursor to the Game Boy Advance. This leads us into Mario's Castle. The game magazines I mentioned earlier loosely mentioned a new Mario game that would release on the Atlantis on day 1, and the game was going to be called Mario's Castle. They said it would be produced by Nintendo, and that's really it. That's all we know. We don't know anything else. Maybe the game was incorporated into some other Mario game for possibly the GBA years later, maybe even the DS, but who knows. The Wii was released in 2006 by Nintendo and became their best-selling home console yet. It's easily my favorite console ever, and it has some of my favorite games ever, such as Mario Galaxy. However, I will not be talking about my love for this amazing console. I'll actually be talking about a previously lost disc for the Wii that was eventually found in late 2020. The Startup Disc was a disc that you would put in the Wii when you got it that contained a firmware update. It was used for kiosks in stores like Walmart, and apparently it was shipped with a very small subset of retail units for the Wii. There are also photos online of what the Startup Disc looks like when you put it on the Wii, and in fact, there's a picture of a Wii box saying it includes the Startup Disc. The history for this thing is pretty confusing to me, but still pretty interesting. It's also very lengthy. If anyone wants to know more about it, you can read up on it at the Lost Media Wiki. Super Mario 128 was a tech demo for the Nintendo GameCube, shown off at Space World 2000, which was a convention hosted by Nintendo where they would show off their latest projects such as games, tech demos, or consoles. Super Mario 128 was one of those tech demos shown. From what people can tell from the footage of the game online, the tech demo had, 128 Marios. The Marios would mess with the terrain by bringing the terrain up and down, and along with this, they can make the circular terrain turn into a pizza. This tech demo was made to demonstrate the GameCube's power with the terrain and the amount of bots the GameCube could all handle at once. Later on, Reggie Fils-Aimé, was it Fils-Aimé or Fils-Aimé? I don't remember. But anyways, he said in 2005 that Mario 128 would make an appearance at E3 2005, but this never happened. Later that year, Shigeru Miyamoto gave us more information on the game, saying that Mario would have a new character by his side. It would no longer be on the GameCube, it would be on the Wii. This is all sounding pretty interesting, pretty exciting too. A new Mario game. Wow, all this power. Whoa, so cool. Too bad Miyamoto announced that Mario 128 was cancelled in 2006. Despite the cancellation, he stated that many elements of the demo were used in games like Super Mario Galaxy, Twilight Princess, the Pikmin series, and Metroid Prime. However, since Space World 2000, we have never seen this tech demo again, and it's unknown if this game was actually turned into a full game before it was cancelled. Well, that's about it. I might make a part 2 in the future, as there are many lost media cases for Nintendo. They're pretty lengthy too. So, yeah, maybe there will be a single video on more of these things in the future, or just another one of these types of bite-sized case videos. Anyways, thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Like if you liked it, dislike if you disliked it, share with your friends, and please subscribe. Please. I'll see you all next time, whenever that may be.